within 3 years or 2 years. Won it, tied for second, hit that ball in the creek on 12 in the final round, and his career has not been anything since.
I also picked Kistner. I think he's a Georgia graduate.
He is.
I know, and Kuchar is a Georgia Tech graduate, right?
He is.
So you got two local people playing, local interests. So there's always that. The thing about the Masters, there's going to be 100 stories.
No question. And I wish I was down there.
I wondered where everybody went.
Yeah, we've lost half of them because Facebook froze
Well,
up.
we still got 16 on mine. Everybody stay with us. We're just having a few little problems.
We ain't. Facebook is.
Hey, I'm still...
It's our internet. It's what it is. I believe we're... Well, let me take all that out.
So we got Gordon Lee Friday night. Well,
Gordon Lee at home Friday night. Yep. We'll be there against Armucci or Armurchie, depending on which part of the country you're from. If you're there, Swaney says it's Armucci.
It's Armucci.
is it not senior night too? It's all the
No,
seniors?
it was.
It was.
But they had it earlier in the season just to make sure they got it in.
But final home game.
Yep. Final home game before playoff.
Still a chance to get a home playoff
Yes.
game.
They win out. They win tomorrow, and next Friday they're probably going to get at least one home game, which is awesome.
But and played well. I mean, Best Academy, from what I could see on the video, was a good football team. I mean, Best Academy to me in the video looked like as good as Bowden. Looked like a team that could beat Bowden head to head.
They play them, so I hope they do. They do. Bowden's got Best and Mount Zion left. Two losable games, theoretically. And if they do, then Gordon Lee gets bumped to the number one spot in the region.
Okay. I was wondering if that was possible. I didn't know if Mount Zion could play with Bowden or not.
I think they got a little too big for their britches at 6-0, and they come up here, and their coach had made
Evidently made some statements.
not a very bright statement to make, and his boys paid the price, which, that happens, and you want to believe in your kids. I get it. I do. You don't really want to pass out bulletin board.
There's a difference, and I tell everybody, there's a difference between being confident, and I've never enjoyed a coach that gets out and talks in the media. I saw an interesting interview by Terry Bradshaw. He was talking about quarterbacks he didn't like. And the first name he come out was Baker Mayfield. And I thought that was interesting, and they asked him why. He said, I don't believe in all that jumping up, throwing a first down. He said, just go back to huddle and call your play, son. Mm-hmm. It was real interesting to see what Terry Bradshaw thought of the modern quarterback.
I like hearing Terry Bradshaw talk about Phil Robinson.
That's good stories.
Yeah.
And Terry Bradshaw said if Phil had stayed at Louisiana Tech, he'd never been starting quarterback.
You'd have never heard of him, yeah. But, he was also 2 years ahead of him, so.
Right. And even after he left Louisiana Tech, evidently the Redskins offered Phil Robertson a free agent contract, and he just said, no, I'd rather hunt. It worked out well for him.
He done all right. He made more money than Terry Bradshaw, and that's saying something.
He's made a lot more money than Terry Bradshaw.
And Bradshaw's well off.
Yeah.
I believe we've unthawed a little bit. It's starting to catch back up with us. So we're actually, the audio's still running, but the video's still kind of slowly stuttering there a little bit. So we're going to switch modes from golf for just a little bit and talk some about baseball. Gary says the Yankees need to get more starting pitching. Who don't? Really.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah,
really? Minus
there's a lot of them, and the Braves definitely.
L.A., the Dodgers are stacked in starting pitching.
Yeah, it almost looks like Gary is a bandwagon fan because he follows all the ones that have the most championships. Dallas, well, not the most, but Dallas, Yankees.
I do know. I had no idea he was a Yankees fan. I've known since high school he was a Dallas fan.
Yeah, me too. I've known Gary for a long time, so I got to give him a hard time. But he follows.
Oh, I think he's a Dodger and L.A. Laker fan right now.
Maybe.
I have a friend that his group of teams are the Alabama, the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Cubs, and the LA Lakers. Now you put that logic on a piece of paper and figure it out.
Well, nobody's going to be a Green Bay Packer fan long. Aaron's still doing decent. I'm surprised he's doing decent, but I think he's got probably 2 years before you really see a decline in Aaron. But he can probably play another 5 easy, as long as he stays healthy.
Well, I mean, are we finally seeing a decline in Tom Brady? Because I think 2 years ago he was still playing great.
Sunday looked bad. That was the worst I've ever seen him play.
But he's had a couple bad games this year. He had some bad games last year. Last year you saw a difference.
Yeah.
Now that said, he still shows flashes of brilliance and looks really good at times too.
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up, because in Sunday's game, his arm was tired. You could definitely. He don't have the zip he used to have, but he is not reading from the same playbook as his receivers. And he's yelling he didn't even yell at his receivers. He knew it was on him.
Right.
He would just go back and grab the tablet and look at it and just shake his head like he don't know. Either he's
That
something's got him
vegan diet
preoccupied.
is finally catching up to him. I don't know.
He has no zip anymore. He couldn't get the ball 45 yards down the field without going low.
Aaron Rodgers knew that left-handed. Just saying.
Aaron Rodgers still. He's, like I said, he's got 2 good years, I believe, left. That he could go to the Super Bowl.
If he goes to a different team.
Green Bay's pretty good.
They're decent, but I don't see the. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see the excitement in Aaron Rodgers that we've seen in years past.
I think it's because he realizes I don't have a lot more chances.
And it may be.
This is business.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd love
I
to
think
see
he
it.
got frustrated last year too. They draft. I mean, you're there, and you are
You
a
think
legit Super Bowl contender. You went to the NFC Championship game, and your first 2 draft picks is a backup quarterback and a backup running back.
Yeah.
So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, hey guys, I've got 1 legit receiver. Could you get me a second one? And I mean, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm frustrated. Jordan Love,
CeeDee Lamb.
yeah, I mean, there was people sitting out there that would have made the Green Bay a whole lot better today.
They didn't make the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers transition look near as good with Jordan Love.
No, and I'm not a big Jordan. And I was never a big Jordan Love's the next guy. I mean, he's a project quarterback. I mean,
And to learn behind Aaron Rodgers, that's good. And he's got some tools, but they better get him a whole lot more help. Aaron Rodgers has won with less more than anybody in a long time. And I know Tom Brady fans are going to say, Tom Brady's never only had a great receiver 2 year blind.
Wait a minute. Go back to that. What do you mean? He's won with less. Who has he been less with? Well, I mean,
Name me a receiver he's thrown to.
who?
Aaron
Name-
Rodgers.
Right, but who? How
Who?
you?
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
But
You
that
don't
was it.
remember
He's
Randall
a slot
Cobb?
guy. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember him.
He still don't matter if he's
Jordy
slot or not.
Nelson was all right.
Yeah, I like Jordy.
he's had
Jordy
a
was
bunch of all right.
his go-to.
He's had a bunch of all right.
Now Devontae Adams is as good.
He's
as they
legit,
come.
but he
He's
was
legit.
hurt the majority of the year.
Aaron, no,
He's
Aaron's
hurt every
Aaron's had
season.
plenty of ammo.
And
I
then,
think he said.
No, I don't think
All right,
that's
name me plenty. I need plenty.
Well, the last year? Let me think. Was it last year? Because last year 4 last. That's probably when he hasn't had a stout team. Probably the last 2 years. So he's had the 10 previous years. He's
Just give me
been in
some
the
names.
playoffs. He's been in the playoffs for how long?
All of them.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. How could he be doing more with less when he's made the play? Brady, now, and I'm gonna say this: when Brady's last 2 years with the Patriots, he had nobody big name except Welcher. That was his biggest
The
receiver.
last 2 years.
Yes.
You mean Julian Edelman?
Yeah,
Wes
Edelman.
Welker hadn't played
No,
there.
Elderman
How
and
about
Gronk was
Gronk?
hurt. Gronk was hurt most of it. There for a while.
Okay,
all
name
he
me
had
some
was
receivers
Edelman.
that Aaron Rodgers has thrown to.
Oh gosh, let me pull them up.
No,
because I don't have
don't pull them up.
memorized.
Name
Yeah.
them off your head.
Oh, can you?
Yes.
Well, who are they then?
Nobody.
He had Greg Jennings.
So he hasn't had any receivers all year to throw to. Really?
This year.
This year, yeah.
I'm talking about career.
All right, now, you're saying he hasn't had anybody in his whole career
Like
to
he
throw
said,
to.
he's had a bunch of all rights.
Yeah, but
None of them are going to be in the Hall
You're
of Fame.
saying Randall Cobb is an all right?
Yes.
yes.
He's a
Golly.
slot guy.
It don't matter, dude.
Besides him, Devontae Adams, he said Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, James Jones, and Jermichael Finley. Come on.
Good gosh,
How
y'all
many of
have
them are
lost
number
y'all's
one?
minds.
How many of those are number ones on any other team? How many of them are going to be in
Name
the Hall
anybody
of
that's
Fame?
got number ones that's stacked.
Dallas.
Can't
Atlanta.
win. Dallas can't win
Exactly.
it all, and they're stacked.
Aaron Rodgers would be
But who are you
undefeated
calling
at
stacked at Dallas? You calling Dez stacked? Dez Bryant ain't awesome. You think he was?
No. I'm saying Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup, and Ezekiel Elliott.
Ezekiel's good.
And the tight ends.
But they're not going to be Hall of Famers
Schultz.
either. Zeke might be, but I don't think the others are going to be Hall of Famers. Mari Cooper is probably the best out of those. That might make it, but they're not going to be Hall of Famers. Who's going to be? What team in NFL's got Hall of Famers on them right now?
Atlanta Falcons.
Well, they got Julio,
And
it's not
Calvin
got him
Ridley.
anywhere. Yeah,
Cincinnati Bengals.
AJ Green and
Green was good,
Yeah.
but they had Ocho.
been
Even when they had
Injured.
Terrell and Ocho, they didn't. They done that 1 year, 1 or 2 years. But
Well, when I
Aaron
got
Rodgers has done good with who he's had.
When
I mean,
got
he
home
has.
And we had that conversation about receivers, I was corrected, and I believe my friend was right. As much as I don't like Antonio Brown, once he joined the Bucks, they probably have the best receivers in the NFL now.
oh, for sure now.
Yeah, with
Depth wise,
Evans, Godwin, and Antonio Brown.
But the problem is he's been off a year. So how quick can he pick back up?
Well, they threw him a bunch of 50-yard passes, so I don't think they have to
And-
teach him to run.
Yeah.
and didn't complete any of them.
No.
Your flashlight's on.
I just like that the Falcons got mentioned. The Falcon. Hey, I seriously think the Falcons are going to make playoffs.
That'd be surprising.
I mean, if they got to go what?
No idea. Modern day concert.
Purple rain.
That's right.
Purple rain.
No more lighters. It's just a light.
It's a fire hazard.
And who remembers the day when you'd hold the lighter
Till it burnt your
and
finger?
your finger, you'd look, and it'd be all black, charred up, and stuff after the show.
If
Been
you
known
didn't
to do
feel
that.
it, then there's a little inebriation.
Aaron
really?
Rodgers has thrown touchdown passes to 37 players in his career. It's pretty impressive.
It
I
is
mean,
impressive, but
they may not.
number one.
Well, it ain't listed the name. I'm just thinking that number of having 37 different players, and he named every single one of them over his career. Never missed them. He's pretty sharp if he's doing that. But
All you got to do is Google that pass. It was against the Vikings, wasn't it? Where he was rolling left.
that was
Throws it 70 yards in the air with both feet off the flipping ground, man.
Now there was one he played against the Arizona Cardinals, and I was watching this play last week. 3 plays. He was on the 1 yard line, had a minute to go in the game, had to score a touchdown. 3 plays, he's in the end zone with a touchdown, and walked off and still
He
left.
walked off like,
Yes,
Boom!
and
He walked
still
off.
left 15 seconds on the clock.
I'm a bad dude.
Yes, I mean he threw. His
he-
first play was 40-something yards. Then he had a little 10-yard out pass, and he threw another 40 or 57-yard end zone.
he's
And I went,
ridiculous. And I know, they go crazy over Patrick Mahomes and whatever. And maybe in 10 years I change my mind. Today, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen that has ever played in the NFL.
yeah, I'd say if Patrick keeps going, you'll have to give that to Patrick at some point. If he stays
Today,
healthy.
prime for prime, and I
I'm
got to
like
win
you.
a game.
I'm like you. I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
I'm going Aaron Rodgers. If I'm going heads up against right now, Aaron
The
Rodgers.
85 Bears defense.
Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
Aaron's just smart. He's got now.
And he can move.
That's not to say that Patrick Mahomes isn't
Oh, no.
or Russell Wilson isn't, but I think Aaron Rodgers is who I would take over. And but those three
Oh, you
quarterbacks
could,
are not
you're
shabby.
splitting hairs.
Yeah.
It's the Jordan LeBron
It is. And
conversation. You're splitting hairs.
you are, and definitely, Aaron Rodgers definitely first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
And well, I mean, you name those two guys. Aaron Rodgers 2 or 3 inches taller than Mahomes, and probably 4 inches taller than Russell Wilson.
But
That matters.
I haven't seen anybody like you're saying throw that far off the ground with just arm strength. That far, I
he's
haven't.
impressive.
Yeah,
And that throw he made against the Cowboys in the playoffs 3 years ago,
Yeah.
he is rolling this way, essentially throws across his body, and he throws. It's like Greg Maddux throwing a baseball.
Oh yeah,
Paints the corner.
Yeah, he put it where no one but his tight end was going to be able to catch it.
Yeah.
That much room.
Yeah, the window was barely bigger than the football.
Now think about this.
He did it.
Did you think Aaron Rodgers was going to be this good while you're
No.
watching Brett Favre?
No, and I thought he was going to be good. I was shocked that he fell to 20 whatever and Green Bay took him. I did think he was going to be better than Alex Smith. However, Alex Smith has had a really nice career that nobody remembers.
He's rebounded from when he went with over to the
Oh, he was good at San Francisco and Kansas City.
Kansas
He was real
City.
good in San Francisco.
He plays
He-
the system right.
Oh,
Well,
money-wise,
who was his coach at Kansas City? Do you remember?
it was Jim Harbaugh some of the time.
But one of them got him straightened out to where he went from crappy to having
was
a really good year.
Who was after Mariucci?
Reed.
After Mariucci
Who?
was
Andy Reid.
was
At
Kansas City?
No.
at San Francisco.
I want
he
winners.
said
He was
Kansas
after
City.
Mariucci. Singletary.
I got you.
Wasn't he after Mariucci?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then but
That's who was there when Alex Smith first got
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
And-
But there is a coach at Kansas City, and it was before.
But I was
Andy
thinking
Reid,
he had a
Andy
quarterback
Krantz.
coach that really straightened Aaron Smith out. I can't think of who he was.
I thought Alex Smith is honestly, you look at the numbers, borderline Hall of Fame numbers.
I think so. He's good.
But he's forever going to be overshadowed because Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback to ever play football.
Aaron Rodgers is better. Mahomes is better. And like
Well, there's a lot better than Alex Smith, but
he's still not
he's
bad.
a lot better than anybody gives him credit for,
Yeah.
and he had a really good
Yeah,
career.
I mean,
And the guy come back from the Joe Theismann leg snap.
now let me ask you
Was
this.
it Dick Vermeil as he was with Kansas City? It's either Dick Vermeil.
Oh, you're going way
Could have
back.
been before Andy Reid got there.
I don't know. I'll Google it. But when he got to Kansas City, somebody kind of rebuilt the way he did.
Yes, and that's who I'm talking about. But
I
I
thought
thought
he was
I thought
re-
the last year with 49ers was good, but when he got with Kansas City, it set him. He was on a different pace.
But nobody knew that Jesus Christ was going to walk into San Francisco and take Alex Smith's job.
Yeah, and no one knew that. But
He's a true hero.
yeah,
Somebody needs to go to Southern Mississippi and punch Brett Favre in the face for naming Colin Kaepernick and Pat Tillman in the same breath.
yeah, yeah.
That burns my blood every time I hear it. I get tore up. Brett Favre needs to be punched in the head one last time and put out of his misery
Probably
because he's
more.
obviously dazed and confused. Matthew McConaughey needs to go bury that guy.
All right.
Exactly.
Put him in motion in the slot now. Empty backfield 5 wide.
What are we looking at?
That throw.
Begin to take off and then fire, and it's caught. Touchdown.
That was against the Vikings where he threw it 50 yards and put it in a hole like that too. But he done it. There's several highlights.
Dude, he's like Dominique Wilkins. He's the human highlight.
Yeah.
So, I am a sports collector, and probably the most valuable decision of my career as in that business was I bought a shoe box full of autographed Aaron Rodgers football cards his rookie year, and my daughter will be attending Auburn University on that shoe box.
No question.
So,
No question.
I mean, I did. I literally, for some reason, I just fell in love with Aaron Rodgers, and the stuff was cheap because he had played for 4 years, and I was buying it and buying a lot of it. And I don't have a shoe box. I probably got 30 of them, and I bought them for $25, and they sell for whatever price I want to put them on.
the
eBay
day
for.
before or after the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah.
I'd sell them.
Well, the thing that would make it spike even more, would be
Another ring.
a Super Bowl. And I think that's the only thing missing from his resume. Now,
his multiple Super Bowl
Yeah,
wins.
Yeah, I think that does make a quarterback
Look,
elite.
my Cowboys are out, so I'm pulling for Green Bay. I want Rodgers to get another ring. I really do.
And you know what? In the NFC, there's a shot, but I think
That one was awesome.
it's that the NFC is a mess because I thought
Seattle's
was
lost games.
completely the best team,
No.
and now kind of not.
This is like
The other team, of course, the Titans play tonight. The Titans kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, during
in
that,
the AFC.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I don't
Wow.
believe the Steelers I don't believe the Steelers are real undefeated.
yeah, and it ain't Dallas. It was Carolina, but
So-
that was still.
Is it going to be the Chiefs again? I don't know. It's going to be a real interesting playoff season in the NFL.
It
this year.
is.
He's probably done it more than once.
I
too.
really would like to see Green Bay.
That's crazy.
Which one was that?
Minnesota.
Against the Vikings, where he throws it 50 yards and the dude's leaning out, going out in the end zone.
Where do you
puts
get
it
to
in
the
his
one
hand.
where he's rolling left and he
We just seen that. That was against Carolina.
Where
There's
it
one
was off
against
his
Carolina.
feet?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
threw it
Carolina.
70 yards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's one of them.
Yeah, there's
I
one
bet
of
there's
them
another
with
one.
Carolina.
Because that wasn't
They-
ranked number one. These are his
He's
top
a
10.
freak,
Yeah.
man.
And outside of this
Wow.
room, I don't think the average fan. I've had this debate. My friend Austin, who's a great football
Here's the
fan.
Dallas one. See if this is it.
Yeah.
No, that was a
That's
zip.
where he threw it on the sideline.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was on the sideline and just zipped
Yeah,
it.
it's a playoff.
That's where it was this big, and he made it. He fished it in there
Yeah.
too.
Go
But
ahead.
you're fan.
I mean, I think he would clearly say, and I respect his opinion about sports, that he thinks Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I'm of the opposite belief. I think Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Excellent.
And I think Russell Wilson's a future Hall of Famer.
Sure.
The thing I sell Russell Wilson, again, I almost give him a little bit of his credit gets taken away because he's played for Pete Carroll his whole career. Not a bad guy to have in sideline.
Right.
So,
And he had Legion of Boom for.
Yeah.
well, they kind of won the first run.
Yeah, that's the one
He
I was
really
talking
didn't
about.
have to do a whole lot. They ran the football.
That's
Watch
right.
this. This is the one I was talking about.
So-
There's a
The
minute
last
left on the
3 years,
clock.
he's really
Oh, yeah.
he's
He's a
elevated.
different quarterback. He's
He
went.
is absolutely, and
And
good
he
for
just
him
does
for
this.
being able to do that. But
Like, what else?
from
you
the
want me to-
time Aaron Rodgers
Keith's
took the
watching.
job,
Probably a year late.
definitely a year late in my eyes. But
Yeah.
you know, he's been the best quarterback under center in the league.
And outside of when Brent was leading the list, there was one that I forgot about, but he was in the twilight of his career was Greg Jennings.
Dude,
Probably the best
Check
receiver
this
he's
one.
played with.
check this
But
one.
he was a
Yeah.
10-year vet at that point.
Yes.
Probably on the downside of his career.
That's right.
Donald Driver, okay.
He was okay.
He's okay.
He
They've got to replace.
he was slow for a receiver.
And got tight ends that are usually on the
That's
downside of their career.
Yeah,
You know.
he had Jimmy Graham for a couple of years,
Yeah.
way past his prime.
Yeah,
And now he's with the Bears,
What do you-
further past his prime.
And Jermichael.
So
That's
and
nuts.
now
Was
Seattle
okay.
got Jimmy Graham in his prime
yeah, and destroyed him.
and destroyed him.
Yeah. Jimmy Graham in New Orleans was
So
unstoppable.
you tell me how Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the league when you can't even use the best tight end in the
Yeah.
league.
Well, that Russell Wilson and this Russell Wilson,
They're different. That's what I'm saying. But that's why Aaron Rodgers hasn't had a bad month in his career, much less a bad season.
I went back and looked at because we kind of had a little Joe Burrow talk the other day. I went back and looked at about 50 throws Joe Burrow had threw this year. It was a film on YouTube.
That Tua can't make.
Joe Burrow is a stud.
Yes.
I mean, I hate to say it. Joe
Did
Burrow
you hear that?
is a
Tua's,
stud.
and I hope Tua has a nice career in the NFL. He's not better than Joe Burrow, and he's not gonna be better than Joe Burrow.
And Tua's, I think, is going to be fine in the NFL, but he's got to depend on what
Oh, that's
Aaron
definitely.
Rodgers. I mean,
That's definitely the
that
best.
Drew Brees has. Just
Yes.
being
Against
the
the Bears.
smartest guy with the greatest timing on the field.
Yes,
What is one?
Joe Burrow
Two.
can.
And
He's
he
stud.
is in
He's got an extra
Three.
gear.
Yeah,
Four.
he's stud. But
Four. That's his best.
Josh Allen
one, no
does
doubt.
too, and that's the other guy.
That now you talking about out of that draft, everybody Lamar, they all quietly come along. Josh Allen has improved every single year.
And I'm going to say something bad, so if you don't like what I'm saying, flip over for a second. But it's because he's a white quarterback. You don't think he can run because the guy's got wheels.
He's
Jeez, outside of Lamar Jackson, I'd rather have the ball in
Yeah.
Josh Allen's hand than any other
Well,
quarterback
not
in
is
the NFL.
he's not just fast. He's a big dude. Lamar's slight a little bit.
Yeah. Lamar's the best
You-
athlete by far.
Oh yeah, he's shifted. He's a running back. He's like Michael Vick 2.0. But Josh Allen, if you want those 225, 230 pound linebackers, and you standing there, he ain't scared of you.
Yeah, running full speed.
That's right.
He'll bump you.
So the state of the
He's
quarterback.
Camish,
Yeah.
is what he is, with more speed.
Yeah, and that's bad, sad, wild.
But sorry.
Go ahead,
Bad,
quick.
I was
sad,
just
and
gonna say
wild.
he could end up like
Bad,
Cam
sad, and
though.
wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eight really good years and then off the cliff because Cam is done.
Cam is beat to death.
That's right.
And Bill Belichick's probably getting the best anybody could get out of Cam right now.
I believe it. And they're what, 3-3?
3-3, yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
You know what you said?
We're gonna run away to commercial break real quick and pay some bills, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes right after this.
Retailer specializes in restoring the look of your vehicle to that new vehicle look. No detail is missed, turning your dirty ride into a ride to show off. Custom packages that everyone can afford. A wash, wax, polish, detail, shampoo, and more. If you care about your ride, then call High Def Detailing today. 423-883-6888. That's 423-883-6888.
Brought to you by the fine folks at Gary Thacker Insurance over at 2382 Battlefield Parkway in Fort Oglethorpe. You can reach Gary and the gang over there at 706-866-8283. Summit Rental and Sales down at 5012 Battlefield Parkway in Fort Oglethorpe. You can reach Todd and the crew at 706-841-0777. River City Athletic Fields. They're the title sponsor for our top 10 list, and they're just a bunch of good guys over that way. Alex Vaughn and the crew at River City Athletic Fields make some of the finest playing surfaces this side of the Mississippi. Phil's Primetime Pizza down in beautiful Chickamauga, Georgia. You can reach them at 706-375-4448. Kevin and the crew make some of the finest
like and saying, whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is. We are the best. We compete at a level unknown to mortal man. Ooh. Learn to love it. Diamonds are forever, and so are the four horsemen. Woo.
Here we're hot. Coming back. And we
Well, he made a
are.
bunch of money, so.
We're back. I don't know what's going on with that stuff, but anyway.
We apologize for the commercials.
Yeah, no, we had commercial audio up until I took it off where we could actually hear it and monitor, and then it shut us down for whatever reason. I'm about ready to throw this crap across the room.
We are raising money for new equipment. If you want some socks, contact any of us. And I think we're going to go visit the t-shirt maker sometime this week. So
Now, Keith Perry is on.
About time.
And Keith is coming in. Was it Tuesday, Keith, you're coming? Who else was coming with Keith Tuesday? Steve?
Cyclops. We got Cyclops and Tubby will be here Tuesday.
And we're supposed to have cookies.
Tuesday is cookies. What kind of cookies?
Annalie, what kind of cookies did you order us?
Did you just shove Annalie out of the chair?
She just jumped all the way out of the chair. What kind of cookies did you
Cookies.
order us?
I don't remember. But they're like
How do you not remember
but they're
cookies?
like brownie type of cookies.
Oh, you didn't do that, did you?
Chocolate chip crinkle cookies.
Do they?
I'm rolling up in here with a big old glass of milk. I mean, no peanut butter, no sugar.
We might get. I will talk to the Groovy Gourmet.
Yeah.
www.groovygourmet.com and see if we can get an assortment.
Maybe I need to go talk to her.
I tried to Google it today.
Let's not do that.
I tried to Google it today, the way that Randall sends it through text. No wonder I couldn't
You're
find it.
so mean. You were like so mean to people.
That was a joke.
Hey.
Peanut butter cookies, or I'm going to visit her.
Hey, being single in a world that D. Swain lives in is a tough business.
We will keep. We'll keep that inside.
Yeah.
That's one
Peanut
of
butter
the.
cookies. That's all I'm saying.
Are they laced with something green?
Are they laced with what?
Something green.
Hey,
Peanut butter cookies?
Hey, you can put it in anything.
they're selling tubs of cookies on the Groovy Gourmet, and I know I spelled it wrong, but don't ask me to spell gourmet.
Yeah.
Huh? No, wait a minute.
I tried to Google it.
Gourmet.
No. Wait a minute. Being in his position that he's in right this second, and he cannot spell Groovy Gourmet,
I can't. Somebody.
I would zip it. I wouldn't say a word.
Yeah,
I would
no.
just go, never mind, let's
All right,
move forward.
They're selling tins on that website that I can't spell.
No, you just
No, you just say the name.
say
Don't
Groovy
spell it.
Gourmet. You don't have to try to spell.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me get it
Don't
out.
try to
Let
spell
them
it.
figure it out.
Yeah.
www.groovygourmet Gourmet for your cookie needs.
There you go.
So yeah, I tried to.
And I would
Google
say
Groovy-
your homework would be try to figure out how to spell it for next.
the Groovy Grommet.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Grommet. That's what I saw.
Let me tell you who's stupid in that equation. You, because you know how I spell.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
there's-
couldn't remember
That's
the name.
legitimate. That is valid.
We've done this before. You don't read his text. You interpret his text.
I'm the one that
You
interprets
do
this
it
text.
phonetically. Just kind of
How
sound
does he
it
even
out.
know what that word is?
No,
he can't
I do
use
have-
it.
I do have a-
Oh no, you
He's not spelling it.
no chance.
I
No.
can't spell supercalifragilistic.
Can't even say that either. Don't. Just you're making me look good.
I
You're
can't-
making me
Simmer
look
down.
good.
I can't spell bye.
I hope Amy's watching because you make me sound good. No red pens.
I don't know if I'd push
no,
it
you
that
did. You
far.
said evidently.
No, I
First
didn't.
off of the show.
You
Yeah.
always say evidently.
Got chest ache in the back.
Look, I can do your math
Evidently.
for you, folks.
Can't say it.
You do it all the time.
I'm not getting red pen. Nice,
But there's also
Jordan.
I think if you offer up front that you can't spell or speak, you get bypassed.
You do.
So you know.
But I tried to Google Groovy Grommet.
It was Grommet because I know how to spell. Hey, plus I work in the auto industry, so it's what.
I know
spell
what a
correct.
grommet. That's
Spell correct.
Brooke come out today. What is a grommet? I said it's a plug of some sort. Working at Volkswagen, I know what a grommet
You
is.
deal with
The
Grommet. a
fact
lot.
the fact that Rook, we don't even need to mention his name.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be canned,
Yeah. Already?
so we don't want to mention. No, because what he done. Man, I'm not putting up with it no more. Are you?
Did he spell Grommet wrong?
No, dude, he's back worse than you. He wouldn't even attempt it. What
Because
did he do?
your messages are bad too, Mars.
Which thing did he do?
When he left us out, and he stood you up.
Yeah, he no-showed.
Yes.
Saturday?
Yes.
And Sunday.
And
At least
Sunday.
text me on Sunday and said, let's do it tomorrow. He dodged a bullet though because the starter was the wrong size. So
But somebody was going to get the bionic elbow, and then he trash talks Monday when we get there, and then takes off running.
me and you gonna show up one day before him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when.
I'm gonna wear my singlet that day.
Please don't take pictures.
No, don't.
Oh, are
I
you
will do
kidding?
selfies in my singlet.
Mooses.
This one's got a singlet coming.
Not a
Yes,
a
a
romper.
Hey, you know what?
Whichever
You know what-
one gets here first.
You know what I was
You wouldn't
thinking? It's getting close to time for. We got either pintos and sausage,
Oh yeah,
You had to shoot
Or
Mama
chilies.
Barnett.
and cornbread.
or pot roast and cornbread.
Can't have them the same day.
Dude, I want pinto. I want the pintos again.
I want pinto.
Will Mama Barnett do it?
You
With
going to send her a sweet message or something. She don't like me right now.
tell her
I'm just-
how much we love the fudge.
Fudge was good. We just didn't get enough of it.
Well, that's
Oh,
okay.
really? Oh,
Fudge
really?
is
There's
rich,
still
bro.
two
That was
pieces in your truck.
Can we get-
Don't tell
Where?
me.
in your back seat.
Along with that Mexican, unless you got it
Well,
out.
hold on. There's also wings and some other crap back there, but
Where?
since you've been in there,
Yeah.
I think he put half his house in it.
Oh.
Well, no, I had my because
I want
I thought it was
pot
gonna
roast,
get cold.
Yeah, pot
I got
roast sound really good.
9
He thought it was
fly
gonna
rods.
get cold, so he brought all his winter.
All of it, yeah. That way I could
Wardrobe.
wear. I was gonna wear it all on the same day. But no,
Joe?
I've got 9
Joy
fly
from
rods.
Friends.
Yes,
Could I get on any more pants?
and I'm going commando. That was so funny.
No.
He had all of Chandler's clothes
Yeah.
on. That was hilarious.
No.
What?
I got a mental picture when you said commando and I gagged a little bit. You're welcome.
I don't
It's
understand.
okay. Don't worry about it.
This-
Let's talk sports because that's
I'm
what
still-
we
I'm
do.
still gagging.
SEC football.
Go
Who's
Gators.
in? Who's out this week?
Georgia's out. Georgia and Missouri.
Georgia's out last
Georgia's
week.
got the wrong. Oh, I seen an interesting
I don't know if it was
statistic
Georgia.
today that the first so many.
But that's old. He's got even more losses than Rick now.
So wait a minute. Georgia had a fit to get rid of Rick, and their saving grace was Kirby Smart,
Well,
who has less wins than Rick had. at
What
this
Keith
point.
said was it wasn't Rick's first 5 years that cost him his job. It was his last 5 years, which is fine. But when you got the trailer park edition, because he just runs his mouth more, what have you really done? And look, I'll say it every single time we get on here if you want me to. Kirby is the second best recruiter in the country. But he had some injuries Saturday, no question. But you replace a 5-star with a 5-star. They rotate that defensive line out. So those kids had played. You can't get a quarterback, and you can't because you screwed about 3 of them, and the rest of them are gunshot or like, no, ain't going there. Your offensive line ain't as good as what it was. And you keep recruiting all this great talent, and it's great. And this year, you're not even winning the division, much less the conference. So what is Kirby Smart? Great recruiter. Would be a great DC at Georgia or anywhere else. Not a good head coach. Period. End of discussion.
I'd like to see him as a defensive coordinator
Yeah, I would too.
at Georgia.
In blue and orange.
No, at Georgia.
I'll settle for Will Muschamp in blue and orange. He's a great DC too.
DC.
And he probably had a job.
So, and I think maybe I'm wrong, but looking at Georgia's roster, I think they probably got one more year of real solid defenses. And I don't know the direction of the program because that, unless they redefine that program, I think Kirby kind of to me got left behind in the new offense era of we're going to put 40 up and play defense.
Well, the thing is, he was at Alabama when Saban finally relented.
Yeah. Nick
So you
Saban's
would have thought
changing.
he would have brought that Alabama. Because Rick, there was never a question about Rick's offenses. Or I say there was never. They ran Mike Bobo, who was averaging 38 points a game, leading the country in scoring. They ran him out of town. Don't you wish you had him back now?
I was on that bandwagon too. I was ready to get him out of there.
You drunk the Kool-Aid?
I did.
Now who are you gonna bring in? Who are you gonna bring in now
As
that
head coach?
Kirby Smart
See,
has
that's-
not done?
And that's the thing. Nobody. You can't. Unless
You can't get Debo. You can't get Saban.
You're gonna have to talk. What's
You're-
his face into?
you're going to roll the
coaching
dice with Will Healy, which I think the guy's going to get a nice head coaching
again. Okay,
job
well
next.
now all right, hold on. Let's talk.
Joe
about
Brady. He's the OC at Carolina, and
That gives me a
Carolina's
headache.
offense is good.
Yeah.
Will Healy gives me a headache.
That dude's going to get a head coaching job if he wants it, whether
Now-
it be college or pro. I don't know.
Why do you think Will Healy? I want to hear your points about why.
Because
you
he
think
made
Will-
Austin Peay a winner, and nobody makes Austin Peay a winner.
So Butch Jones did basically the same thing at Cincinnati. Has Will Healy ever coached SEC?
Do you want to handle this?
No, you go ahead. You got this one.
No, tell me what Will Healy's done.
Cincinnati's been
outside.
good for 20 years.
They wasn't that relevant.
Okay.
So Will Healy's only claim to fame is Austin Peay.
Well, he's just.
What's he
been
done? Where's he at now?
Where did
I mean,
Kirby
they're
head
decent.
coach prior?
Who?
Kirby. Where was he a head
Smart.
coach?
Well, that's Georgia's
Nowhere.
fault.
Nowhere.
That's Georgia's fault. And look what's happened.
Where did Pruitt head coach?
And that's proven to be a
But
disaster.
Pruitt was in the SEC. That's what I'm saying.
What? Oh.
Will Healy's
So
not
if
done
you,
anything.
If you coach in the SEC, it doesn't matter if you ever been a head coach or not.
No,
You
that's
just
what I
can't-
said.
You can't go through the ranks.
No, that's what I said.
The-
He's never been in the SEC, period. Will
So
Healy
what
has.
you're saying is you can't go through the ranks traditionally like
No, I'm not
I don't
saying
know,
you can't.
Urban Meyer.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm
Urban
just
Meyer,
saying.
Bowling Green, Utah, 2 national titles at Florida.
Yeah.
A couple more at Ohio
So you're
State.
saying Will Healy is just as good as Urban Meyer?
I'm saying he could be. We don't know.
Exactly.
I'm saying he's going to
And
get a good job.
You're going to roll the dice with either Georgia or Tennessee and give Will Healy a shot
Over
this
Pruitt,
quick.
100%.
No
Over
way.
Kirby
You
Smart,
have lost
no.
your mind. Would you take him to Florida?
I don't have to take him to Florida.
But would you?
If Dan Mullen left, yes.
You would take Will Healy at Florida right
if Dan
now.
Mullen left, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to see that. That party would crash real quick. I mean, Will may be a great coach for what he's doing. I just don't see him as an SEC coach.
And that's
I don't.
fine.
I have no.
I can't help that you're wrong
Faith in
so
him.
often, but that's fine.
Well, you can't prove me wrong on this. Oh, you're saying you're throwing straws, grabbing straws, saying, "Well, this coach did it, that coach did it, that coach did it."
He's proven he can win as a head coach.
And Austin Peay in that division.
And Charlotte.
Okay, so Charlotte can beat any SEC team out there.
No.
Exactly my
They
point.
can beat a few of them.
But is he calling all the plays, or is he just picking coaches?
I don't know.
But Will
Exactly.
Will Healy, the thing about it is, he's 35 years old.
Who cares?
And at some point, he's going to make somebody a great head coach.
That's y'all got that opinion. That's fine. That
And
is
plus-
it's crazy.
Plus, there's a good chance if Jeremy Pruitt gets fired, he is the next coach of Tennessee.
And we'll see if that's the case. I don't think they'll go that route. I really don't.
He's an Here's the thing. He's an offensive guy.
But at the same time, all right.
He could put in a better quarterback.
Yeah. He would bench Garantano. You can bet
For
your
what?
sweet
All right,
fanny on
if
that.
everybody, who was it that told us?
Rock
You,
your bye. Oh, sorry. I heard that
you
on
told
the
us at the inside
Beyonce's
scoop
only
there
good
at
song
Tennessee.
before that, Halo.
Their
That's
players,
Beyonce, right?
Tennessee's players,
Rock your
even
body?
said
No,
Garantano
Halo.
is the best quarterback.
So,
there.
her only good song.
All right. So why would Pruitt bench
your
the
body,
best
Backstreet
quarterback
Boys.
he has
Yeah, I was like,
just to appease a D Swain?
Because
Why would he do that?
Because what comes off the practice field don't make it to the field.
not like
All right.
There's
But if you've got players, and also says Garantano is the best option we have.
Well, your season,
Players are saying that.
your season stinks this year. Your best option moving forward is not Garantano.
I agree. All right.
All right.
But at the same time, I mean, that's because I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing what's going on.
What?
I'm not there to see it.
I had this discussion for 3 years at Florida. Why is Felipe Frank starting over Kyle Trask? Obviously, Dan Mullen sees something that we don't.
Right, but we don't have a Trask. We've got
What?
okays.
Florida
I mean, look at
didn't
what
know they had a
they've done.
Trask till they put him in.
No, but we know what we've got. We put them in, and they still didn't do anything.
Harrison Bailey got 10 snaps.
At the same time, I agree. At some point, you got to put him in. You got to.
You don't do it against Alabama. I was all for them not playing him against Alabama.
Because you think it causes mental
absolutely.
issues. All right.
And then in Arkansas, Garantano got hurt when they were up playing well. Well, actually, I think Garantano got hurt. But I can't lay anything of what happened in Arkansas on
That's
the
Chaney.
offense. I lay that on the defense. You can't give up
No,
24 points on 4 drives and win
You
football
can't.
games. Tennessee's got to play perfect on offense, and you dang sure can't play that way.
They're not even there. Chaney. There was an article about Chaney and Pruitt into it. So who's going to win out on that one?
Well, Jim Chaney will
They're not
be
getting rid of Pruitt.
somewhere next year enjoying a
Probably.
nice buyout. So which one's going to win? Who's
Randall.
got the less buyout?
Randall.
What?
I see the visual.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. He's gonna take a Will Healy, who has zero experience at the SEC level, and put him in there.
Took Jeremy Pruitt,
exactly,
who had zero experience in head coaching.
Right, but he had coached with Nick Saban at Alabama. How much more experience has Will Healy done that yet? No, he hasn't.
Who's the best?
Will Healy would be like taking Dooley.
Coach that Saban has that's coaching right now.
The best assistant?
Dabo never coached with Nick Saban.
Probably Loxley at Maryland, and they just got killed.
It's Kirby. The answer is Kirby.
Oh, Kirby. Yeah.
And we see what's going on with Kirby.
But now, hold on. How many wins has Kirby had compared to Jeremy Pruitt?
A lot more.
Exactly. So at the same time,
well, part of that is Georgia was in a whole lot better shape than Tennessee was.
They were.
I'm not trying to bash Pruitt. I'm simply saying, like he said, I feel like Will Healy's going to be a really good head coach, and I don't know where he's going.
Yeah,
I don't know that he's coming to the SEC.
I don't know.
Somebody is going to get him though, and he's going to do well.
But how long was he at Austin Peay?
3 years.
3 years.
When did he have a winning record? All 3 years or first three?
First, second year.
Right.
I mean, he's a losing coach, but so let's look at it this way. What's the worst football program you can think of around here in high school?
Oh, in high school?
Yeah.
Lakeview.
All right. So
No.
Around here?
Yeah, there's worse.
Southeast.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
so South. That's
but there's a reason Southeast is bad.
So
I think it's
if a coach shows up next year and takes Southeast to an 8-3 record, we would all think he was a great coach, right?
Agreed.
I don't know, because here, let me tell you why I say that.
I want you to tell us why you say that.
Because the same thing John Allen did at Lakeview. Lakeview didn't have nobody, but when John Allen showed up, he went out and he got players that wasn't supposed to be there and brought them in and actually put them up in housing. That's what got him run off. If a coach comes in and brings players outside of the area,
Dalton.
That's why I was fixing to say it's why Southeast won't be that good. So you have to, you would have to have a situation where the coach comes in and instantly makes it
Let's
better.
go back to if. You wouldn't think, wow, that coach is good.
Not his first year, no. I think he
Well, if he did
rallied
it 4 years in a row.
Now you're talking. Maybe. At the same school, 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row, because that means he cycled through them all.
But does that mean I'd like to see his whole body of work?
You'd like to see his whole body, period.
Well, I'd like to see the whole body of work. All right, Will Healy, to me, I mean, okay, Austin Peay. They're like what, UTC?
Worse. UTC is a juggernaut compared to Austin Peay.
All right, so why are we not talking about UTC's coaches then? If they've done better.
Well, what's his name?
He's at Richmond.
Yeah.
The better coach is at Richmond right now.
And what's Richmond doing?
Russ Huseman. That's his name.
So he
even told them, here's what they've offered me. You don't even have to pay me that. Just get close, and I'll stay. They're like, we couldn't even get you half that. He's like, peace.
So
he didn't want to leave.
And Austin Peay, Will Healy took over first year, goes 0-11. His second year they went 8-4. So, and I'm telling you, I've been to Austin Peay. It is the worst football environment I've ever been in.
What did he do? I mean, who does he have? Who recruited?
Oh, he cheated. He got Michael Vick out there. He got.
No, that's what I'm asking. I'm saying, did he have another coach come in and do the recruiting, or was it Will Healy out recruiting? Because was Will calling the offense?
Let me ask you this:
or was he just making decisions?
If anyone comes to you and says, "Hey, come to my 0-11 program," are you going?
Nope.
He did it with the kids that he had.
We know that for sure.
Yes.
He didn't have a name to say.
I don't believe it.
Like his name wasn't big to say, "Hey, I'm going to recruit all these people."
It was a national story. I mean, a national level story. What he did.
Well, I'm sure. I've seen the video of what he's doing out
I
at.
don't think he's ready today. He's just one of those guys that if I had a stock to buy, I'd buy stock in him.
And that's the only reason his name's coming up. Tennessee can't. Well, they could hire him, I guess.
No.
But Tennessee's hired so many wrong people.
That's what I'm saying.
do we
Will
know
Healy
that
will not
Jeremy-
fix Tennessee.
Do we
There's
know
more
that Jeremy
issues.
Pruitt is the wrong person today?
No, we don't.
And I've told that to a lot of Tennessee
D-
fans.
now,
They don't want to hear it.
do we know that Jeremy Pruitt is a championship material head coach?
No.
No, we don't.
I don't see it, but I don't see him exciting. And I think it's kind of like Butch Jones.
Well, the
When Butch-
mask, I mean, he's so covered up.
That's
Kids
what
love him.
Yes. How do you? That's what I'm saying. Some of the stuff he does and says, you want to go, oh God, don't do that. But he's not
Same
rallying.
thing with Butch, but everybody loved third
Well-
down for what and 5-star hearts and
that the first
Checkerboard
2 or
now.
3 years, and then they said, all right, now you're starting to lose games you should have won.
champions alive.
What got Pruitt was when Pruitt started losing. When Pruitt lost to Georgia State.
Oh no! By the end of the season, and dude, he got
I was on the Pruitt.
an
train.
extension
Well,
at the end of the
because-
season last
Right,
year.
because he started to turn the program around and he finished strong with 6
But he
wins.
lost to BYU.
Yeah,
and
well, that was in the
Georgia
first.
State.
Yeah, that was at the very beginning.
Same year.
Same year, but I'm saying at the beginning of the year, he lost that. I just said he finished with 6 wins.
Hey.
All right, that's what got him the extension. Not because the 2
But he
losses in
didn't
the front.
beat anybody worth talking about.
Exactly my
Well, looking
point.
back, Indiana may be a decent.
That dude's gonna be. That dude.
He's
That dude's
a
can
good
coach.
Yeah. But if he starts off this year and he's already having problems this year, something's going wrong with the team. Now there's turmoil going on in Knoxville right now.
So-
whether it's cause of Jeremy or somebody else causing it, there's something going on
Well,
with that
like
team.
he said Tuesday, that bonehead move firing the D-line
I
coach
think that was
at
crazy.
halftime.
in the middle of the game, that was stupid. That
I
was.
also think I'm gonna give Jeremy. I'm gonna give Coach Pruitt, and I'll say it. I've known him since he was 14, and I was against the hire, but I'm not for the fire right now, just because first the university can't afford another $20 million buyout, and number two, let's look at this realistically, in the fact that you have a second-year coach in a circumstance that nobody's ever coached in. And I don't find it funny that the third year, but I don't find it funny the guys that are succeeding right now are the veteran coaches. Mullen at Florida, Saban, even Muschamp at South Carolina has played better. I don't see.
And part of that is why, because he got Mike Bobo.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's the truth.
It is the
Mike
truth.
Bobo's an excellent OC.
He really is.
the only problem I'm going to have at the end of the year, Jeremy Pruitt, is if I'm a player, I don't want to come to Tennessee right now. So he's got to fix the mess.
That's what I'm saying. He has no support on his staff or his player. I don't see it. Do you?
I think you got to overhaul the staff. I mean, it's either you fire the coach or fire the staff. Somebody's got to fall on the sword.
Somebody's got to.
So,
But there's,
AKA Randy Sanders.
yeah.
but they don't have anything that's
And
exciting.
eventually, Chavis, he basically got ran out of town.
Yeah. I mean,
He retired and had a job within, what, a month?
Jeremy's been calling the defense the last 2 games, right?
Yes.
Jeremy's hands are all in the defense, and I'm of a big believer that what's wrong with the football team right now is Jeremy's got his hands in too much.
I
He probably
agree.
got his hands in offense.
And
Which is, I guarantee you what's going on at Georgia.
yeah.
And I know that's what was going on at Florida when South Carolina's head coach was at Florida.
And I think you see Nick Saban finally figured out.
That let it go.
Let it go.
Even though he had to hand it over to the biggest douche ever,
Yeah.
he's a great OC.
Well, I think Jeremy survives the year. We have mass. He survives the year unless they lose badly to Vanderbilt, and I think it comes down to that.
I think they will lose to Vanderbilt.
They will not lose to Vanderbilt.
If they lose badly, I mean, what got Butch Jones fired finally was going to Missouri and getting housed like 51-14.
I seriously see Tennessee losing
But
to Vandy.
they did have
I really
Drew
do.
Lock. And
They did.
that dude's pretty good.
But at the time, we didn't know. But you know, Tennessee, and back to Butch Jones, we talk about his success at Tennessee. I could have won 8 football games with that team. I mean, we don't think about the talent around. Do you realize that Tennessee right now today has a top 10 number of people in the NFL? Somebody Google it out there. The number of players off of that team that's in the NFL is staggering. They went 8-4.
Well, and then the recruits that Butch had these last 2 seasons, Jeremy's first 2 seasons, produced 0 draft picks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Hero.
and if Big Ben goes down, one snap, is it Mason Rudolph or is it Josh? Because they thought he had COVID in the year, they would stop. Is it Mason Rudolph or is it Josh Dobbs? So
Right.
Tennessee's a train wreck and a mess that ain't going to get fixed overnight. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you're going to have to buckle your chin strap up. And I know it's been 14 years and whatever, but it ain't nowhere near being fixed.
Just look at it this way. Every time a coach gets fired, they have a fit because a coach gets fired.
Yeah.
But they want every coach ran out the door, minus Kiffin. Kiffin left on his own. Everybody knows it. But they wanted every one of these coaches fired.
Well,
You keep firing them. You keep saying, hey, we have no loyalty.
I just don't believe Philip Fulmer will fire a coach. I think it would take an act of Congress.
Well, I think you're right. If they lose out and they get housed by Vandy, maybe.
Maybe.
Or he's going to say, brother, if you want to be wearing orange and white next year, you're going to run your staff off.
And one of the best things going for Jeremy Pruitt right now, COVID and basketball. Because nobody cares enough. I'm afraid if this was a normal season right now, you would see Neyland Stadium during the Alabama game 90% Crimson.
Oh, and that's the thing. There's a lot of schools and coaches that are thankful that COVID's here and they can't have it because 25 going to show up regardless.
Yeah.
So, see, we maxed out our capacity again. Okay, you got 10 grand in here. Way to go. Or 20. That's fine. I'm with you. 2-8, destroyed by Vandy, could cost him his job. Otherwise,
3-7 if they beat Vandy.
yeah, he's good.
He's good. We'll all go up to the rallies and feel good about it.
And they'll say Garantano, whether he wants to come back or not, no.
Yeah, they need to. Jarrett needs to walk away. For his own sanity too.
I don't think he will, unless he might go to Rutgers. Which why wouldn't you? He's got a year to play. Use it, because he ain't going to the NFL. Jamie Newman's probably going to land somewhere next year.
Yeah, because he got 3
I mean,
years.
that second half of Arkansas was brutal.
When you was talking about, I was looking at Healy's record and Jones's record. Austin P, when he's at Austin P, he was 0-11, like y'all said. Then he went 8-4. His last year there, he went 5-6, 3-5 overall in the conference. Tied for 6th in his conference his last year at Austin P.
I'm telling you, Nick Saban couldn't have done better at Austin.
But here's the thing: his recruiting class was in top 5 in the FBS at Austin P when he done
And the year
that,
after he
from what
left,
they said.
they won the conference championship.
All right, in
2019.
2016, where he went 0-11, his recruiting class was ranked top 5 in FCS football, followed by the number 1 ranked class in 2017 when he went 8-4. So something he may be a great recruiter.
And did you hear what?
But Charlotte, when he went to Charlotte, he was 7-6, and now he's 2-3. So he's, he may have a good upswing, but he's got to be a decent recruiter.
I'm telling you, Fred. And the kid, if you don't know his background, is from Boyd.
Yeah. Oh, I know him. I know him real well.
And when he got the job at Austin P, I laughed, and I said, and I remember he was on UTC staff, and I told people, I said, well, Will Healy just destroyed his career, and that's the way I felt. Austin P it's undescribable. I think it's undescribable how bad of a program it is. If you can win there, it's kind of like
Armucci meets Armurcci.
yeah, it's the other coach.
Because Southeast went and beat Armucci this year.
But I don't think so either.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we slacked.
Oh, they could put the skilled kids on the line tomorrow night and have the linemen do the run in the ball, and they're still going to win.
That's how bad.
Armucci is, yeah.
Hey, we come over in the late 90s, though, with Fort Payne, a 5A school, and got housed over there.
Yeah, they're up or down.
I mean, got absolutely a 5A school playing a 1A school got.
But they haven't.
They
been
were
good.
probably 2A at that time.
Well, they probably were, but I mean, we got absolutely ran out of the building.
Well, they were good when I was in high school. Were fair.
And another coach that I keep wondering about, is he going to get another chance, is Mike Bobo. I think he deserves a chance somewhere.
He was at Colorado, right? Or
Colorado
State.
State. He took over for McElwain.
And that's a hard place to win, too. But, I mean,
He took Mel Tucker with him
Yeah.
but
because Mel Tucker's like, I'm tired of taking orders from that guy. That I think Kirby thinks he's got some Saban in him, but he doesn't have the gold to have the Saban in him.
Right. Look at all the offense and defensive coordinators that have come through Georgia because of Smart.
Yeah, I think yes, I believe that.
Yeah, Pittman and
Well, I mean, we don't know if Pittman. He swears Arkansas is his dream job. We're gonna find out because he's gonna get offered somewhere else pretty quick. And if it is his dream, they're gonna give him more money this year. Do you think there's any doubt he gets an extension?
He gets his money.
did you find it funny Hugh Freeze got an extension in the middle of the year? All he had to do is start talking about Tennessee. And the boy at Oklahoma State, Mullet at Oklahoma, he's played
Gundy,
Tennessee.
he's played Tennessee like a Tennessee fiddle
Yeah.
and got 3 different raises.
Yep.
The dude quarterbacked at Oklahoma State. He ain't leaving to come to Tennessee.
And the other coach that I feel bad on Tennessee staff is Derek Ainsley. Ainsley was a superstar waiting to happen. And I think Tennessee has been horrible for his career. I mean, Tennessee, every coach at Tennessee right now is damaged goods.
Look at old Clausen that was there for 1 year. Fortunately, yeah, he took Richmond.
Wake Forest is pretty good too.
Yes.
So, but back to the Braves for a second. I was just thinking we talked about going to the break.
Freddie.
Are we going to get a pitcher?
I doubt it. Hopefully, we need some.
I would bundle up Austin Wright, especially if they're looking at signing. Who'd you say?
Chris Bryant.
Yeah,
Chris
Chris Bryant. I would bundle up Austin Riley, the kid that they brought up to play in the outfit,
Pache.
Chris-
Yeah.
Pache,
Yep.
a couple of arms,
Camargo.
and Camargo,
He could play anywhere.
and say
Except for Braves.
5 for 1. Y'all are out.
Yeah.
And we don't mind playing against y'all. Jacob DeGrom, come on down.
Yeah.
Because then you're looking at DeGrom, Soroka, what's the Freed, and then
Bryce.
no,
Over the top.
Faulty. No.
Oh,
no, come up to Anderson,
Ian Anderson.
Ian Anderson. That's pretty good 1 through
That is
4,
a
and you
pretty
got
good.
a stud dog lockdown number 1.
Yeah.
You Justin Verlander, I don't care. Clayton Kershaw, whatever. And what's his name from Vandy? That's at the Dodgers.
Oh,
that's basically their ace for real.
Walker Buehler.
Walker Buehler, whatever. DeGrom will stick it up all their butts.
And Anderson is legit.
Oh, he's legit.
I really like Anderson.
He might be a number 3, and Freed is your number 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you go, and the only reason he wouldn't be your number 4 is because you're mixing in a lefty behind 2 righties. DeGrom and Soroka pitch differently, so that helps. And then you follow a lefty, and then you go back to Anderson. Yeah, that's a nice 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And if Bryce Wilson can pitch like he did that one night, good Lord.
Yep.
So, all that.
But that's what they need. They need that one big donkey.
And they ain't got it.
And they ain't got it.
Nope. And that's the
Soroka's not it.
No, we can go anytime.
It's been a 2-hour show.
Error loading.
Oh yeah, we're way over. We can go anytime. I was getting some stats down.
Final thoughts, Randall.
Wait till you see these stats.
Well, we'll be at Gordon Lee. Bring everybody out. It's supposed to be nice weather, is it not?
Yes, it is.
It's supposed to be, like sweater weather. Not going to be ice.
Yeah, you can bring a windbreaker.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to be nice. It's the last time, guaranteed, that this crew will get to call a game for sure for this year, and also we'll be around the mall. We'll be around the square eating somewhere beforehand, probably. So
Probably.
come out, and if you see us at the games, you know. Now D Swain's always busy. You got 9,000 people talking to her. Yell at us. We like meeting people out there like the show. We enjoy the show.
Absolutely.
So yell at us.
We'll give free autographs. We ain't scared.
And the last thing, if you're looking for me on Sunday, it will be one of the rare times I'll be watching NFL on the little screen, and on the big screen will be hopefully Jake. You know, I'm not going to curse myself.
Yeah,
There's
don't.
someone on my team
There you go.
coming down the stretch. And again, I'll say it, if you got ESPN Plus and you don't want to sit there and watch the whole tournament, go on ESPN Plus, skip Heyman Corner, watch 15 and 16, and it is worth your time and money. And it's the Groovy Ramen Gourmet for cookies.
He did it anyway.
Yeah. Barnett.
I'm
Closing?
Dex and I'm done. I don't have anything.
You don't have anything, Dennis?
Like my boy said, Gordon Lee tomorrow night. Last home game, last guaranteed home game of the season. Come out and support the local chapter of the Gordon Lee Trojans. I'm stoked about Augusta. I love the azaleas, but not seeing them and seeing all the fall colors and nothing but just green, gorgeous grass and rolling hills. I'm like a kid in a candy store. And Florida doesn't play till 7 o'clock, so golf's gonna. I don't have to worry about missing a shot on Saturday or the kickoff. I am so excited about this weekend. Then church, and then more golf. Come on.
There may be a phone on the golf at Central Baptist during service. I'm just saying.
I'm going to the early service.
Going to early service.
I'll be out by 10:45, and my day will be done.
Dunsky.
And we love you guys.
Yeah, we do. All right, we appreciate you watching. Until then, take care. May God richly bless you. We're gone.
Peace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners.
Hello? You play to win the game.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's all I got to say. Makes me want to